Hello everyone. Let's talk for a minute about our handy dandy angle grinder. And this is an angle grinder, and it's a good brand. And it's an angle grinder because the motor is in here and turns this direction. There's a gearbox in here that puts the grinding head at a 90-degree angle to the motor, so therefore an angle grinder. This one's a 4.5 inch, turns 11,000 RPMs. So when you get a hold of this thing and are using it, you need to hold on to it. This one has a really nice feature. This little tab here, you depress it and it allows you to turn this guard any direction, and then it locks. Not all of them are that easy to do. More and more of them are getting this. Of course, the lock right here that locks the shaft so that you can remove whatever wheel you have on here. But anyway, on this right now is a mostly wore out buffing wheel. It started out like this, of course, but when you get them worn down like that, they will almost polish metal, just shy of polishing. It's a super smooth finish. Here we have a new flat disc buffing wheel. There's a lot of slang terms we use. Here is about a half worn. This is a straight up just a grinding wheel for like grinding a weld off, or where you've been using a cutting torch, or you have sharp edges you just want to round off kind of to keep from jabbing into you as you walk by, whatever. Then we have brushes. I believe this is a knotted brush, and this is a cup brush. When you put these on that grinder at 11,000 RPMs, you don't need to be wearing a short sleeve t-shirt. These wires will separate at times and just stab you, hurt you. And these are pretty rough to handle on the grinder. They want to grab the material, try to get away from you. And I've seen these things get wrapped up in people's shop coats, gloves. It's not very pretty. Anyway, this is a masonry cutting wheel, stone cutting wheel. If you're doing flower beds out of those interlocking little retaining stones and what have you, you'll love this thing. It'll score on each side and then hit it with a hammer. It breaks off where you need a cut on your stonework. It'll cut block work. It'll cut your sidewalk, I guess, if you got enough patience. A little bigger tool would probably be better for that, but this will handle all your little chores around the house: cutting block, cutting brick, cutting the maybe a paver if you're doing some patio work. These range, you can buy them for about $6 up to about $60. The less expensive ones are typically as good as the high-end ones. There's your angle grinder. It's a very useful tool. No more dangerous than the rest. Deserves your respect, but will put out when you need it. Use it wisely and you'll be real happy with it.